Hello, good morning. This is Mr. Capsule's emergency lesson. So in these hard times, we need to keep cracking on with our Year 10 course. Year 11, you're doing something else, we don't know about that yet. So, what I'm doing with the Year 10s today is we're looking at the causes and events of the hunger marches, okay? Now, apologies for the poor technology here, but this should help you out, right? By the end of this, I want you to do a question. So, there's our RDS. Remember what we do in class? You'd write that down, wouldn't you? There we go. So, okay, success criteria here. Make sure you know what you're doing. You are going to need at least 5 facts about the hunger marches to understand and answer an exam question using an exam style mark scheme, and hopefully be able to assess your work, and you can send it to me at the end, which would be good, and then I'll get back to you. Now, basically, first off, the location of Jarrow and the Rhondda. Now this is a map of Britain. I don't know how well you can see that there. However, Jarrow is way up the top there, just by Newcastle, South Shields way. It's where Cheryl Cole's from apparently. Lovely place. And what they did, they had this massive walk all the way down, right the way down to London to deliver a petition to Parliament. Didn't do much good though, but we'll come to that later. Okay. The Rhondda down here, you're obviously going to need the Welsh perspective on this, and from the Rhondda, big mining area. That place really suffered during the Great Depression, same as Newcastle. That was shipbuilding. This is coal. And to protest about the conditions of the unemployment, they basically went on marches, right? And off they go to London. Let's face it, they didn't have much else to do, I suppose. So, but marching, good way to protest. Now, I don't know why that says there. Let me just move that out of the way. Oh, right. So, 80% of the population in Jarrow, that's the unemployment level, right? Obviously what caused it, Great Depression, marching to London and other important towns as a way of protesting about the unemployment. And Jarrow was a shipbuilding town hit hard by the Great Depression. Okay. Then we've got the Palmer's shipyard in Jarrow, that was in decline. Since World War I actually. The Americans were able to produce ships a lot more cheaply than us, and we were losing our big industry. Shipyard at Palmer's was much too small to make the new cruise ships. It just physically wasn't big enough. And there was also a company set up to buy small shipyards called the National Shipbuilders Securities, and they closed down Palmer's shipyard, saying that was going to temporarily close that down and maybe use it again in the future. Okay. Now, if you can sort of like pause your video, write down sort of 4 of them, because you're going to need them later in your exam question, okay? Because you're going to focus on causes. With it being a described question, you don't need to go into a greater depth. You just need to make sure you've got those facts, really. Now, have a look at this, because one of the things I want you to do is include some details from a picture source. Now, this is your Jarrow Crusade. And when you get this on the exam paper, you need to be really obvious. I mean, you don't need to go, it's not rocket science this. I mean, I'm looking at that, it says Jarrow Crusade on a banner. So you pick that out and say, oh yeah, the men marched with a banner to show who they were, right? And they've used the word crusade because it's almost like a religious journey. That's what a crusade is. So yeah, you could include that. I've actually gone into too much explanation there. When you look at them, the ground's wet. Right, they are marching in terrible conditions, but they're still marching. You mentioned the terrible conditions, spot on. Then you've got them at the front here. They're not eating Mars bars, right? That's not, oh, I'm a bit hungry, right? I'll have some munch on my way, right? It's not like that at all. These are mouth organs. So this march, you'd hear it coming. They'd be playing songs as they go. They'd be cheerful, be good. So pick out a couple of features there, so that they're walking in the rain, the Jarrow Crusade march, and that they are not eating Mars bars, they are actually playing some music. Now, turn to Wales. Now we are doing WJC, so the Welsh factor here, Great Depression, another cause there, because remember the Rhondda marches happened. Coal industry hit hard, it's been in decline since the 1920s. Unemployment in the south and in the Rhondda Valley really hit badly. Unemployment hit South Wales and Rhondda Valley badly, it does make sense. Electricity, gas and oil were replacing coal as a fuel, therefore demand for coal was lowered. Key thing, massive unemployment. This is the Rhondda marches, similar to the Jarrow marches. Look, they're basically marching in all weathers, right? This one's got his Burghouse on at the front there. And same thing, they've got the banner again, 1936, so that places it in time. If you see a date like that, make sure you are saying, right, okay, that date places it in the Great Depression, okay, when unemployment was not good at all, okay. But if you look there, these men are smiling, right? You feel like they're doing something. They're getting a bit of pride back, these blokes, yeah, and they're going on these marches to make a point. Again, with that one, you pick out 2 points, you put that in your answer. Now, exam question, this is for you lot, right? 8 mark describe question. Dead easy these, as long as you get your 8 points across. So, describe the causes of the hunger marches of the 1930s. Include details of Wales and England, and reference to the picture sources. So I want Jarrow and I want the Rhondda, okay? I want causes from both of those, please, right? So, that's your question. So if you write that down, a bit of planning might help you here. So, you know, do yourself a little spider diagram. Jarrow, Rhondda, spot on. Now, your mark scheme, have a look at it. It's a basic one, this, right? And I've roughly based it on the WJC stuff. So, very detailed, 6 to 8 pieces of knowledge. That gives you a B to an A star. If you're going to be lazy and you put 6 pieces, right, you're going to get the B. Oh yeah, that's alright. We'll push you that bit further, innit? Right? Get towards the A star. Detailed, again, that's your D to C. You don't want to be 3 pieces of information getting 4, you know, so push it, right? Don't be lazy. Don't think, yeah, that's alright, that will do, right? Obviously, basic, you're not really bothered if you're doing that. So, get that in there as well. Push yourselves. Go, right, okay, I've got 3 things. Spend a bit more time. Get 5, get 6, right? When you've written that, what I'd like you to do, I mean, you can reference that, go back to it, pause the video, whatever you need to do. Now, I want you to send me your answer, okay? So, mike.catrell.flintshire, sch.uk, okay? So, we will see how that's gone. I'll hopefully post this up to YouTube now. So that's the end of our first emergency lesson.